Okay, ready?
I'm ready.
Cool. Hey guys, it's Jeff Juices here, and I am with my mom here in Bali. And I just wanted to get a little update on where you're at, how your health has been. A lot of people who have seen my mom's miraculous healing journey throughout the past few years have been wanting to see what's going on with her, if she's been staying on the track, if she's fallen off, and just a quick update. So my mom has been in Bali for like 2.5 weeks now. We've been traveling around, having a great time. This is her first trip over here, third trip overseas, I think.
Yes,
Yeah, Mexico,
yes.
Costa Rica, and then here. And for me personally, it's been really cool to just see your transformation, see the effort you've put into like getting healthy to where you've been able to come here. Because when I first, like we weren't on the greatest terms for many years, and then we reconnected and I was like, oh wow. Like many people, just kind of struggling. And when you came to visit in Mexico, I'll maybe put some video clips of what you were like back in Mexico, but I was like, man, you're in rough shape, and you knew you were.
I knew I was.
And like a lot of people, their health issues decline as they age because of their diet and lifestyle. And you saw the way that I was living, and you saw the results that I was getting from changing my diet and fasting. Instead of me preaching to you, like I think a lot of people do when they first go vegan, you just saw the way I was living and saw the changes and benefits that I got. And so I think you wanted that.
I did.
Yeah. And so yeah, the first question I have for you, Mom, is how's it been going since we've last done an interview? Yeah.
It's been going great. Absolutely great. Magnificent. Couldn't be happier. I feel totally so much gratitude for my son. I wouldn't be here today feeling this way if it wasn't for Jeff and what he went through and getting me on this program. Don't really call it a program, it's a lifestyle. And I was in dire need of help when I saw him in Mexico, and he saw that and made some suggestions about the fasting. And right away I felt like that's what after seeing what it did for him, I was willing to be on board with it. And it's, as my doctors have even said, it's the best thing I could have ever done for my life. And they're right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I feel great.
Yeah. And I want to preface, if you haven't seen my other two interviews, my mom was like 100 pounds heavier. She had high cholesterol, sleep apnea, AFib, restless legs. She could, she had a very difficult time even walking, like for like 5 minutes. She had a whole other person attached to her. So to see you like here, I mean, we've been on some adventures. We went boating and
Kayak.
driving around on the scooter. Like, your
that's like,
transformation has been, to me, it's just insane. Your transformation has been absolutely crazy, even maybe more than mine, because you can see it physically. I've kind of looked the same. I've always been relatively thin and attractive, but you lost 100
He still
pounds.
is.
Yeah. So what's it been like for you now that you're like able to like travel, I guess, and then function again,
At times I have to pinch myself that, is this real? I sometimes don't believe that I'm actually at this point, this stage in my life, that I got healthier than what I was even a year ago, and that I can do amazing things from where I was 10 years ago. Never dreamt that I could do these things ever again in my life. Being here with Jeff in Bali, and especially riding on the back of his scooter, I feel like a teenager again. I really feel like a teenager.
Yeah.
Might not look like one, but I feel like a teenager.
I've had a lot of people comment on the stories I've been posting of you being like, your mom looks like she's 20 years younger. And one of the biggest things that I notice about you is that you just have a much, like, I was gonna say you have a much deeper passion for life, but I would say even before you didn't even have a passion for life, and now you do, and it's very clear. You're very clear in your eyes, and you can tell you have this like re-inspiration to like live almost.
Yeah. He's correct. I really didn't have a passion for life. I really didn't care if I lived or not. And now I look forward to living for a long time and being able to see a lot more of things in life, in this world, and share more time with my son here in Bali or whatever other country he decides to live in, I don't feel like there's any barriers anymore for me. Yeah, I'm just in such a better place. Just it's been like a miracle for me, and it's something that I never felt that could ever happen. It's like a dream come true.
What do you think is the biggest thing that got you from where you were like 4 years ago to here now?
Well, the biggest thing that caused me to have that transformation was learning what my son had gone through and how he was able to regain his health, what he went through, and his encouragement. And by visiting him in Mexico, it was a reality check for me of how difficult my life had become. And I hadn't realized it until I traveled to Mexico on my own to meet him and struggled just to go up the steps to his second floor apartment. I literally crawled up the steps. And that was a real eye opener for me. So that was, I think, the biggest thing that got me to where I am now.
Yeah.
If that hadn't happened, I wouldn't, and I don't think I would even be alive today if that had not happened to me.
Yeah.
That was a big catalyst for me.
Yep, I knew that would happen. It's raining like crazy.
Okay, well,
Whoops. We're getting extremely rained out right now. Pause. Okay, so spontaneously gotten rained out a little bit, so we will continue this interview here, handheld, via the Jeff cam. What changes have been permanent in your life over the last 2 or 3 years? It is really, it is really raining right now.
It's like monsoon in Bali. I think the biggest life changes that I've had, definitely my way of eating. This is a lifelong. I'm not going to change. I'm not going to go back to where I was. But it's also my health issues. I no longer have any of these health issues that I had prior to doing this fasting and this changing of my eating style. And I'm not going to go backwards on it. I have slid backwards a few times, and whenever I have, the very next day, I feel terrible. I feel like crap. Excuse me, but that's what I feel like. And that tells me what I did was working, and what I used to do never did work, and it will never work for me. And I don't understand why. And now we're getting soaking wet.
Holy shit. Okay, we'll take a break for a second. Okay, so attempt number 3 to film here. It is absolutely pouring down rain, so we'll get through this. But my mom, it's actually more perfect that this is happening. The last thing you were kind of talking about was having some setback. What exactly have you been doing and eating since our last video? For one, I'd like to say you did do another fast.
Yes, I did.
So tell us about that.
I did. Yeah. I think it was a 2.5 week fast last fall, which Jeff monitored via.
You did 25 days.
It was 25.
Yeah, it was 25 days.
25 days.
2.5 weeks.
I forget. Time goes so fast for me. Which he monitored, through the internet for me, and
through Zoom.
It really was. I was a little hesitant, thinking it might be a little bit difficult since I wasn't at Tanglewood with all the supervision around me, but it really was not difficult, and I was very happy. I think I lost maybe, 10, 15 pounds through it.
You lost like 25 pounds.
Was it 25 pounds?
Yeah, at the end of your refeeding, I think you lost like over 25 pounds because you were still overweight going into that.
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
But it really was easier than I had anticipated, but I'm very glad that I did it. I saw more benefits from it. Of course, losing the additional weight was one of them, and getting me back on track and feeling like I wasn't wanting to backslide, because I was feeling like I was going to backslide. So I think doing another water fast got me back where I needed to be mentally and physically. And then moving forward, to me, it was successful. And I will be doing another one, probably in another month. I'm going to try to do another 25-day, maybe 4-week. I don't know how long I'll be able to go, but I am going to try, because I feel like I still got more toxins, more waste in my body to get rid of and get healthier. That's the whole object, is to get healthier.
Yeah.
So
A lot of people don't realize that when you do one fast, you get the results of one fast. When you do 2 fasts, you get even more results. You do 2 fasts. And to some people who might not have studied fasting, or who have done it or been around a lot of people that actually have done fasting themselves, think that for one, it's not necessary. You know, just changing your diet is all you need, or just doing one fast is going to completely make you just this brand new, shiny, sparkling new person. But in my opinion, most people need several long fasts. That's it. Several long fasts combined with eating clean to eliminate, 60 plus years of bad choices. And so I really admire that. For one, I admire that you have what seems to be more dedication to doing these fasts. And it also seems like, I know fasting is hard and definitely for you, but it's not as hard as a lot of other people when you're actually fasting. Like, you seem to kind of cruise through the days.
I agree. Yes, when I did my first fast, it felt difficult the first week. I thought, how am I going to get through even day 5, day 6, day 7? But it's like I broke through that wall. And then I think I probably, in that group, had maybe one of the easier times with my fasting. I didn't feel as sick and as tired as some of the other participants. But I also looked at it as this is just something I have to do for myself. I didn't sit around thinking about all the foods I'm missing. Instead, I thought of all the healthy foods I'm going to enjoy. And boy, do I enjoy them. I'm enjoying foods that I never ate at all, would not even try before I did that first fast.
Yeah.
And I'm just really enjoying the food, the raw food, the fruits, the vegetables, enjoying life.
Yeah. Cool. Take us through a day of typical eating in where you live in Arkansas.
Breakfast is usually a smoothie, which consists of some coconut water or just plain water, some frozen blueberries, 1 or 2 bananas, and whatever other fruit that I have left over from the day before that might be getting a little bit past its prime. When I eat raw, real fruit, I want it to be perfect. So if it's not perfect, I usually will take it and juice it. So that's my breakfast. And then lunch, I'll have some more fruit, usually a handful of grapes, sometimes some romaine lettuce, or really the ruffled leafy lettuce with it, and a lot of water. Every night, maybe once, twice a week, or a month, I don't have this, but usually every night I will have a green leafy salad with romaine lettuce, tomatoes. I will noodle, not scroodle like I call them.
Cucumber noodles.
Cucumber noodles, avocados, red peppers, slices, or yellow peppers, sometimes some dates, or I'll put some grapes in it. Sometimes I'll put some pine nuts on it, or even some raw cashews on it. And then for my dressing, which I use freshly squeezed lime juice, and I used to be a big addict of bottled salad dressing, drenching my salad, and now just the lime juice is plenty. It just really adds a lot of flavor to it. And that's it. And then in the evening, I'll have more water, maybe a few more grapes or a couple dates, and then it's off to bed.
Do you think it would have been possible for you to enjoy eating this way if you hadn't done any fasting?
No, not at all. Because, these foods that I eat now, I never ate fresh tomatoes. I hated fresh tomatoes before I did fasting. I would not eat any kind of lettuce except iceberg lettuce. Peppers, they were non-existent.
Well, you had eaten some of this stuff like when you came to visit me in Mexico, like 6 months before fasting.
Well, that's because you fixed such a fantastic
It was
meal.
It was gourmet with some
gourmet.
salt and little coconut aminos. Yeah.
Avocados, I never ate avocados fresh like that. If I ate avocados, it was in guacamole.
Yeah.
So a lot of these foods I never ate before. And now I can't get enough of them.
Yeah, that's amazing. I'm not trying to sell anyone like, fasting and changing your diet is the solution to all your problems, because none of us are perfect and we all have setbacks regardless of how much you fast or, how clean your diet is. So maybe you could talk about some of the things that just might not have been perfect over the past few years that you, like some of your struggles maybe, if you don't mind.
No, I don't mind. I'm trying to think of my struggles I've had. Well, I don't like cold weather, so that has been a struggle for me. Living in the Midwest, when it turns cold and I can't get outside, sometimes I get depressed. The depression starts setting in. And previous to fasting, when I become depressed, can't get outside and enjoy life outdoors, I would turn to food and eating. Whereas now I find other things to do and enjoy listening to music more. I enjoy trying to get, even if it's going to the local big store and just walking around, trying to do things that are more active, trying to do more exercising on my own. This past winter, I actually joined a fitness center and went to a personal trainer, and that was really a big change for me. It helped a lot. And when I go back home, I will go back to training again and trying to improve my health and my strength again.
Yeah. So you've been raw for almost 3 years now.
Almost 3 years.
And I just want to really say that I'm just really proud of you, you know, like it's just really cool to see your transformation, and being somebody who had such an impact on my life, transitioning to raw and doing the fasting and the juicing, seriously trips me out to see you following almost in my exact same footsteps. And I know a lot of people who follow me or have seen my stories of you kind of traveling with me are just like, how do I get my mom on this program? How do I get my family to do this? So I just want to say, for one, I'm just really proud of you for like doing this and seeing how much benefit it has brought you in your life. And my next, I guess, question would be, do you have any advice for people who might be young, who have parents who want to do what you've done, or any advice for people that might be a little bit older than me? If they want to like go raw or do fasting, you got any advice?
If you have parents or friends, loved ones that you feel that they would benefit from this, and they're having health issues, just in a positive way, keep encouraging them. Maybe show them videos such as the ones that Jeff has. See if they're receptive to watching these videos, and just be encouraging. And maybe when you go out with them to eat, try to find healthier choices for them and try to provide more of the fresh fruit, the leafy greens for them to eat, rather than fixing a traditional meal that I used to have, you know, with the cooked foods and the things that are just full of the fats and the sugars, the processed foods. So just try to be there for them and be encouraging, and don't preach. And Jeff says I preach a lot, but I don't mean to, but just be there for them, be supportive of them, and hopefully they'll come around.
Yeah. I think a lot of people, when they discover this information, they just want to tell the world, they want to tell everybody and sell it. And it's like, nobody wants to be told what the hell to eat. So don't even tell people. Yeah. But if they see you, if they ask questions, if you really see that they're interested, you can respond and you can get deep within it. But I personally believe it's not our place to tell people what to eat. That's why I like the YouTube and the Instagram, because I can just share what I'm into, and if people want to look at it, they can, and if not, they just keep going, you know. So
and that's something Jeff had to really hammer into my brain, because yes, I got very preachy after I went through all of this and got healthier. I just wanted to tell the whole world my experiences and preach to them and try to get them to follow the way that I did, and that's not the way to do it. Like Jeff said, just show them how by example.
Yeah.
And if they ask questions, then, you know, give them the answers of what it did for you.
Cool.
And thank you, Jeff, for your comments, your compliments, and for getting me where I am today. And I plan to continue with this, on the road with you.
Cool.
So.
All right, Mom. Well, thank you so much.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just cool. You came to visit me, and you're obviously thriving now in a lot of ways. You're a totally different person. In many ways, you're just like all of us. We still have some growth to do, but I think it would be good to applaud you just on the miraculous major upgrade in life that you've done, and you've been able to come see me here and kind of see my life and what maybe a different potential for you, because you know, some might be like, well, 76 is old, but it's like you've kind of just restarted now. Like you've hit that reset button in your life. And so when that happens, it doesn't matter what your age is. You can like basically restart at any time. You just, for one, you got to take a leap of faith. For two, you kind of got to do some transformational things that will allow your mind to open up. And for me, it's just been cool to see you do those fasts, man. The fasts have been, for almost everyone that does a fast over like 20 days, it changes everything. And I directly seen it. And that first call that we had after you did 28 days, you went from never smiling, kind of depressed in life, to just being just reborn, pure smile, pure happiness, just to be alive. Yeah. And that's just really cool. So
I remember that day. I remember that phone call, and it was very exciting to call him that day and share with him what my refeeding that morning was like. A totally new world for me. And I love you, Jeff. Thank you so much. Great son. I hope everybody that has a son has a one just as great as mine.
Oh, stop it. All right, guys. That's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any questions about my mom's journey or her health issues, my mom honestly will probably answer these more than I will. So ask away. She'll respond if she wants.
I would like to. If I know where to look to find them,
Yeah, it'll be on YouTube here.
I will respond.
Yeah,
Yes.
cool. So, all right, that's it.
Have a good day.
See you guys later. Peace.